Greetings. Hi. Welcome to Mystic Moon's Wartime Talk. Mystic Moon's listeners, feelings, vibrations. It's very hard to have a very tranquil type of feeling about certain things that are happening in this world. It's hard to be calm and collective, methodical, and just blasé, casual. Today, United States boarded Venezuelan oil tanker and effectively overpowered it and has all its oil. In effect, stole oil, Venezuelan oil, off the coast of Venezuela, and they went and did this aggressive act. Now, what next? What next? What next can possibly be happening? Since the United States did the first strike, boom, it stole. It stole what wasn't theirs. And they said, yes, it was headed for Cuba. It was headed for someplace they didn't want it to go. They wanted the oil. So are we now in a country that just takes what it wants, regardless of the consequences? Now, these consequences are, this might make right. That is essentially that is the thesis, the basis of this action. What are the other countries going to do about it? Are they going to start taking what they want, night or day? It's like a robber baron society. But this is the Venezuelans going to say, oh yeah, take it. We could suck it up. We could just exist on, take it. We're not going to do anything. Are they, this is a big challenge. They took something that was not, the United States took their oil. They stole their oil. And they said we have the right to because we are mighty. Now, granted, we're not weak in terms of that way, military might. But was it right to do that? And where does it lead us to? As we're going to ask the energies of the universe, are we going into total anarchy? Are we leading the countries into war? There's war all over the country, all over the world. Cambodia, Thailand, India, Pakistan, Somalia. Good morning. How are you in the Netherlands? Are you fighting anyone? Are you fighting your neighbors? Oh, isn't it creepy? Well, of course, as always, Ukraine. We have NATO going for continuing to arm Ukraine. And we have the United States pulling away from Ukraine on a certain level, even though they just passed and gave Ukraine almost $500 million of aid in the last few hours. So it's very ambiguous. Talk, but the actions speak stronger than the talk. Now, let us ask the cosmos, where is this leading? We have the United States willing to go up against Colombia, Venezuela, and Mexico. Now, we all know that Venezuela, besides oil, has silver mines. It has lots of riches. Ooh, can't you just feel that? You have what I want. Why? And the United States, too, is known to be ridiculously in debt. I don't know, $200 trillion in debt. I mean, maybe they acknowledge like $65 trillion in debt, but just multiply that 3 times, 4 times. The true figure is not going to be released. Not at all. After all, we have an administration that says there is no hardship. Everything's great. I guess when you're so rich, you don't do your own shopping. You don't do anything of your own personal toils. It just seems almost comic book style, right? Comic book style. Hi, how are you? So let's see. What next for the United States? It just blasted, it just swooped down and took Venezuelans' oil tanker. And I had quite a lot of oil on it, quite a lot. And it's, free stuff, free stuff. Now, even though we don't perpetrate crimes among our own, like taking what does not belong with you, somehow the military, the Department of War has decided that it needs more oil. We need oil. Forget about solar energy. Forget about all these other types of alternatives, electric. No, we want oil. So Venezuela had a big oil tanker. We says, hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Thank you very much for the like. Hi. They're gonna take it. Okay, so now what is this? Where does this lead us? Tell me. Where does this lead us? Now you know that the all this is going on. Like that tanker was going to Cuba, right? For the Cuba. Now, Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic are all part of the same island. And you know how far that is away from mainland United States? Only like 80 miles, which is maybe like, what is that? 50 kilometers? Not far away. I think it's 2.5. Correct me, please. If I haven't did the metrics in a while, but 2.5 miles equal 1 kilometer. So basically we're saying like 42 kilometers from mainland United States. Miami. Where does that put me at Miami at? What? Where does that put Miami? Where does that put the people in the southern portions? And we all know that the Russians and other countries, let's say China, have their military, the submarines all in the area. This is very, very kinetic. Very, very kinetic. Let's just ask the energies. Where does that lead? Can you tell me my future? Yes, I can. I do give readings. If you want a private reading, you have to make arrangements. Right now we're doing a reading about are we going to be alive? Are we going to be aware that the world isn't going to go into chaos in 24 hours? The world isn't going to be saying World War III starts here. Is Trump the man of peace? The Gaza peace deal, which fell apart right away. The Ukrainian peace deal, which Ukraine is not accepting because they're idiots. Not them as idiots. Zelensky's an idiot, and he's a war. He knows there's no future if he can't be the dictator of his little cabbage patch Ukraine. And I'm not degrading Ukraine at all, the people of Ukraine, but they're in a quagmire. And it's a small place going against a huge country of Russia, even though it's financed by a bunch of bankrupt European countries, country states. Now, all right, let's see now, what's next? Okay, let's just pick this, see what we're looking at the backs of these to I'm trying to get a feel for like what is speaking to me. Spirit, tell me, what is this? It's not a great act. Heinous? Yes, it's in that category. It's a very explosive situation. Now, we can't have peace in the United States because somehow peace, we might actually do something constructive in terms of our economy, in terms of our roads, in terms of our educational system, our philosophies, etc. We're just kind of like keeping we're like running laps. It's a marathon of fear and we don't have any peace in this administration. We're not supposed to have any peace. And not the PEACE, otherwise known as PIECE, piece of the pie. Yeah, all right. I can't see. Let's take this one here. All right, we'll take this one. We'll just do it randomly. What are we feeling? Spirit, tell me, where are we going with this action? Where are we going with this action? Where are we going? It is quite steamy. Are they just gonna like laugh it off? Say, oh, the United States just took what we have, just took our property, and they killed some people. Oh, okay. How long are they gonna keep sucking it up? How long? All right. We took 4 cards. Let's just see where we're going here from this old vintage deck. We have. I think we're gonna flip them all this way because I don't like reversals. Okay. Now we have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Oh, wow. Definitely, that's the 8 of Wands. Definitely. All right, got this. Lots of energy. Lots of chaos. Lots of... Everybody's blown their cool. This is definitely something that you have to step back and think, what is happening right now? We just blew up a whole bunch of people. We just took a whole bunch of their property, and then we go, ha ha, ha ha. Okay, that's not good. That's not cool. It's not cool. We have a very energetic situation. We have a tempestuous type of thing. We have a lot of things going on. A lot of things. The next card we get is the 4 of Pentacles. That's the old me, myself, and I. Mine, 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 mine. I have, I have. You may want, but I have. You may want. Okay, I did it. This is bragging. I did it. I did it. We have a lot of energy going on. The United States is saying, I did it. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And we have the 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, they're planning something. The Venezuelans are not going to sit back and go like, oh, that's cool. No, the Venezuelans are they're collecting who's with me and who isn't with me. The line in the sand has been crossed. The line in the sand has been crossed. They are definitely going to do something. Is all this going to be pinpointed because they do not want, let's say, the Epstein realities to come out? They do not want what's really happening in the governments of the world to come out, in the Western governments. Something or in the East as well, or what the real deal is, another distraction, but a distraction to be all distractions. Sometimes you could keep on stepping on somebody's toes and they're not going to pay attention, but then you keep on doing, and then maybe you make a cut, and you won't stop, and you just you put a chain on that foot. And that's where it is right now. The 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. Different things are being planned. Outright. T for 2. Do unto others as you do unto them, as they do unto you. Getting even. Revenge. Oh, they're planning something. They're not going to sit back and let the United States just go boom, 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 boom and make their place look like Ukraine. It's not going to turn into a Gaza. And then we have the 10 of Cups. That 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Is this a good 10 of Cups? Well, this is the retaliatory 10 of Cups. This is the retaliatory 10 of Cups. They're going to strike back. They're going to strike back. But where is the topic? Where is the subject? Where is the subject? Where is the subject of this getting even, getting the revenge? Where is it? Where is it? Where is the subject of this revenge? What next? They're going to get... Okay, so are they going to be drawing in to Russia to come to their aid? China? Iran? Who is with me and who is against me? Do you really believe that they are going to convey BRICS or the size. I mean, the United States doesn't want any company. They're getting out of NATO because NATO doesn't have enough wealth, enough manpower, enough. NATO wants to be 50-50. The United States says no 50-50. Me. I'm the boss and I delegate it. First of all, I mean, you take like Trump's whole administration. I want Greenland when he first came in. I want Greenland. Then I want Panama. And then when he tried to tried to acquire these territories, how about Canada? How will you become the 51st state? Okay, and then when all these joinings, Boy Scout type maneuvers did not come through. Then it became, all right, then pay. I'm going to take your piggy banks away. I'm going to take your assets. Now, what do we have now? Now we just have, now those were like Europeans, speaking to Europeans. However, non-Europeans, South America, Latin America, we're just bombing them. That smells, doesn't it? Okay, so we're seeing now, what is this kind of 10 of cups? What is this 10 of cups? 10 of cups. 10 of cups. 10 of cups. Let's just take a brief look at this 10 of cups. Okay, 10 of cups. 10 of cups. We have the High Priestess. This 10 of cups. Let's see, High Priestess. We have the Queen of Swords. This is a free-for-all. A free-for-all. Oof. This is definitely a free-for-all. In other words, the retaliation is going to be, it's a really open field. It's something that they're going to try to hit something to make an emotional, like almost like a 9/11 type thing. You know, an emotional, something that has something that has some meaning, emotional meaning for Americans. Now, oil is something that the resources of Venezuela, I mean, they feel rich. They have this, they have that. I mean, the oil is something, the Venezuelan oil, it's almost like saying, I mean, they're known for the oil. Now, they want to hit something in this country that would make the Americans feel, would attack their mobility, would attack their sense of mobility. Queen of Swords, communication, the connection we have within ourselves in this country. And then we have the Ace of Cups, something that it says that it's going to be their retaliation is going to be something that is going to take us by surprise. It's going to take us by surprise, and it's going to make it will be a complete jolt, mainly perpetrated too by the media of the United States. Now, the fact of the Colombians, not the Colombians per se, the Venezuelans do this by themselves, or it's already pre-planned, that is the issue. There's something that's going to be happening that's just in time for Christmas, New Year. You're not going to sit back and let this just be like, turn the other cheek. They're not Christian enough to go, to do that. It is not the way. It's like, get even. The High Priestess, the Queen of Swords, something, and we have the Ace of Cups. It's something that is going to set a different level It's going to be in another level. They're going to level up from stealing the oil. Something's going to happen. Question is when. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups. And we have the Queen of Swords. Their retaliation is going to be it's going to be different. It's not going to be stealing some sort of, tit for tat, oil tanker and such. No, it's not going to be pirates. It's not going to be that. Now we do know it would be childish to think that countries that we do not agree with do not have cells already in this country. Groups of people that they just have been waiting for something to happen. And it's already pre-planned with all the open immigration. Which again would figure in with the Trump administration taking all these. Let me look at your 10 years worth of messages and phone numbers and family members and biometrics, right? The digital ID. Who are you and what do you think? Do you think like us? And if you don't think like us, you are not us. It's almost though these world leaders were always played into something vicarious, something that is already out of control. A script. And the script is always based on, or somewhere along finances, money, economics. I would say the Venezuelans are going to, or the forces that speak through me, I would say the Venezuelans are planning something major that will affect our emotional, United States people's emotional makeup. Something like that. What do you think? What do you think that the Venezuelans are going to do? Do you think they're going to go, well, do you think they're just going to cow over? Here's a book. It's called What is America? What is America? You see this? What is America? All right, let's look. Let's open it up. Now, all right, we just opened it up. And we have here, what is America doing? What is America doing? And it goes, throughout the ages, living in civilization versus living in a state of nature has become a one-sided pendulum. The weight of rationality leads to war in hopes of one society dominating the other societies. Right? The question arises, During this battle, do we assimilate or segregate the weaker ones spared by our genocide? Interesting, isn't it? Interesting, isn't it? And again, we have here, it is easier for the world to accept a single lie than the complete truth, than a complete truth. Democracy in America, a single lie than the complete truth. Look at this now, here. You see this? It's a little hard to look at a book of this size this way, but now look at all this. What is it, you say? This is foliage. Huh? Foliage. A jungle. Could be a tropical Venezuelan place. It could be Miami, the Everglades. It could be anywhere. Well, let's see the next one. More tropics. More tropics. And what do we see in the tropics? More hiding, camouflage. Almost like a jungle. Then on this side, ooh, look at this. This is an art book, by the way. Mystic Moons is made. See? The book. Oh. Now what is this? A character. A character. Looks like an Islamic character, doesn't it? Something on the head. Abstract though. And again, look hidden. Where are the boogeyman? Where is the boogeyman? Where? It's not in plain sight. It's not like a farm, a skyscraper. No, it's hidden. See all the things? And more. Hiding. More forests. Digging. And again, we have a few more of this figure. Look at it. Our boogeyman. Right? Look at it. See? Again. Hidden truth. There's something in there. What is over here? What is in there? What is in there? Well, what is in there? More of that figure. Plotting, waiting, plotting. Well, truth is always hard to find. Things must be studied. Again, we see this figure a little larger this time, a little bigger. See, what is America doing? What is it doing? And then we have more different emotions, different colors. Look at the colors and the textures. And where we're trying to find our boogeyman. Where are we trying to find someone in the midst of all of this imagery? What are we looking for? What can we find? What can we find? What can we find? It's almost as though it gets thicker and thicker, and we see these little holes, these little openings. And then we see the scopes, surveillance, watching. Now we can leave this for now. We can leave these things for now. But we can see that something is going on. Something is going to be happening. And they're plotting something to affect the psyche, the American psyche. What do you think is going to happen? Please comment. We can go on with this book, and we will at another day. But right now we reach the point that surveillance state. Surveillance. You're watching, waiting. Maybe now with the, I would say with the Americans, U.S. stealing Venezuelan oil, the trigger has been pulled. Now what is going to fall next? Something that will affect you and I. Please put your comments. Appreciate this speculation. Think about it. And you can say, oh, this doesn't affect me, but it all affects all of us. All of us everywhere. We're all connected. And what happens in one place will happen in another, and another, and another. All the dominoes fall. All the dominoes fall. And if you want them to fall in your favor, that's when you have to make your decision of what? Of what is right and what is wrong. Until the next time. Like this, one more comment. We can already see with the seizure of Venezuelan oil, it was never about drugs. It was about resources. And when they attack your resources, then you go for the opposite party's resources. Rather, it doesn't matter if it's spiritual or physical. Think about it. And think about it. So until the next time, we're going to leave this topic and see what happens. Something's going to happen. And it's going to be very effective in terms of whether it's instigated by Venezuelans or other parties involved. We're all connected. No one does solo action. We all breathe the same air, drink the same water. Until the next time, I'll leave you. Think about it. Bye-bye.